All right, welcome to session 4 of Seahorse Indoor Soccer Instruction. Today is one of my favorite days. It's shooting day. So Coach Daniel's going to be giving you some tips on shooting, as well as all the other things that we've been doing with our differences between futsal and outdoor soccer, Bible time, and of course a challenge. I hope you've been keeping up with the challenge each time. So let's get right to it.
Last week we talked about the difference in the restart in futsal versus outdoor soccer, kicking the ball in versus throwing. Now we're going to talk about how it's different on a goal kick in outdoor soccer versus what a goalkeeper will do if the ball goes out behind the goal in futsal. So if the ball rolls out of bounds in futsal, the goalkeeper can pick the ball up with his hands, bring the ball back into the field, where he can then distribute the ball using his hands. All right, our skill this session is shooting. Last session, we worked on passing, where we used the inside of our foot. The difference with shooting is we're going to use our laces to strike the ball. This allows us to get more power, get the ball lifted off the ground. It's going to be tougher for a goalkeeper to stop. So watch, as I approach the soccer ball, just like passing, I'm going to plant my foot next to the soccer ball, pointing in the direction of my target. Now watch the difference here as I strike the ball. What part of the foot I use. All right, now watch. We'll do 2 more shots. Maybe one more. All right, now I encourage you to take some time and practice shooting. If you don't have a goal like this, maybe you could find a wall or someplace that can be used as a backstop. If you don't have the space, I encourage you to find a place that you can put a soccer ball next to and just practice striking the ball with your laces.
Have you ever had to take a penalty kick in a game? Just you and the goalkeeper, and everybody's watching you. Your team's watching, they're hoping that you're going to score. The other team, your opponents, they're watching and they're hoping that you're going to miss the goal completely. And everybody in the stands is yelling and screaming. Some people are screaming for you, some people are screaming against you. But you step up and it's no pressure, right? Wrong. There's lots of pressure and there's fear involved. Am I going to score the goal and be a hero to my team? Am I going to choke, let my team down and listen as everybody else laughs at me? It's a difficult situation to be in. So what does it take to be at peace in a moment like that where there's fear and where there's stress? Well, peace is one of the fruits of the Spirit, and we can define it as being able to stay calm when everything else around you is going crazy. Well, first, let's review the fruit of the Spirit. If you can do it without looking at the screen and the words, close your eyes and here we go. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. At one point in his ministry, Jesus was teaching a large group of people on the shore of a big lake. And this lake, they called it the Sea of Galilee. It's about 13 miles long, it's about 8 miles wide. And at the end of the teaching time, Jesus said to his disciples, let's go over to the other side. And so they went down and they got in the boats and they started on their 8-mile journey across the lake. Well, as they got out into the middle of the lake, the winds started howling and there was a storm that came. And even on the lake, the wind, it made the waves big enough to crash over the side of their little boat. And it looked like they were going to sink. Well, the disciples started to freak out. And while they're in the middle of this storm, Jesus is in the back of the boat and he's asleep. He's taking a nap. And so the disciples, they came and they woke him up and they said, "Teacher, don't you even care that we're about to drown? And Jesus immediately got up. He went to the side of the boat. He looked out and he said to the wind and the waves, he says, quiet, be still. And at that, the wind died down to nothing and the water was completely calm. And he looked at his disciples and he said, where's your faith? And what he's saying to them was, I'm right here with you. If you put your faith in me, you can deal with situations like this storm. If you watch professional soccer players like Alex Morgan or Cristiano Ronaldo, before they take a penalty kick, you'll see that they do a couple of different things. They usually take a big, deep breath, just to help relax themselves, to stay calm. Secondly, they focus on the ball and not the goalkeeper. They focus on the ball and not the goalkeeper. And then thirdly, you can't see what's going on in their minds, but you have to be thinking that they're thinking, you know what? I've practiced this hundreds of times. I've taken hundreds of penalty kicks, and I can put that ball right where I want it. And so they rehearse what they've done in practice. Now, looking at the other side where we're talking about other kinds of things, not penalty kicks, but other kinds of pressures, other kinds of things that are in your life, and they maybe have you scared. You can do a couple of things as well. First off, you can take a deep breath. Just in and out. And it relaxes you. Second, you can focus on your help. In this case, Jesus. Focus on your help and not the problem. Okay, so we're focusing on Jesus and not the problem. And then third, you can remember that Jesus has been calming storms for his children over 2,000 years, thousands of years he's been helping. And he's big enough and power enough to help you in the situation that you're in now. So if you're facing something that is scary or there's a lot of pressure on you, ask Jesus to give you his peace today. Hey, Daniel, what's the challenge for today?
All right, today's challenge is juggling. So today, I want to challenge you to see how many juggles in a row we can get. So juggling is when you use your feet to keep the ball up for as long as you can. So this is one that you should probably go outside, find an open space where you're not going to maybe break something valuable, kick a soccer ball into the TV. Find some space outside and see how many juggles you can get.